Hello! I'm inventor Dan Zen here in the woods. Wow. What a day. Look at these three trees. Imagine making little nests all the way up. So, just thinking about thoughts of recreational ravines, there's all this slope that's here that's good for scrambling. Scrambling is good exercise. It's kind of like rock climbing, except it's not as dangerous, so you don't have to wear harnesses and all that kind of stuff. There would be some issues of erosion in certain places, but this is one ravine and many ravines here. And I think that learning to live with the woods and the ravines would be so helpful for us, because we would see this beauty that's right around us, and we've learned, or we're learning, and we should continue to learn rather than just kind of stay out and conserve completely, the quote-unquote conserve completely. That means we're out, we only can go on the trails. We should be in here learning how to be in the trees, and with as little footprint as possible, or certainly a different footprint. I would say the footprint of living in a city is quite the footprint. That's a boot print. A boot print for sure. So start working with fallen wood. Turn this into seats. Have an auditorium. Now there certainly are indication of deer nestled. You see prints, you see paths, deer little nestled places, and you sit in the deer nestle place and it's just like, oh my goodness, this feels so good. It does feel good. It is very nice to sit on the pine needles, and we don't sit on the pine needles. I can almost guarantee you there might be in this whole woods of Dundas Valley surrounding a huge population of Hamilton, there's probably 2 people sitting on pine needles at this moment. Maybe not even 2. So that's a shame. We now just walk or ride our bikes through it, and we treat it like a zoo almost. Just completely gone the wrong way. It's completely out of whack. It's completely conservative to the point where we're not living. So we need to get into these ravines and learn how to be with nature, learn how to climb trees, use them as exercise, learn how to be with nature again. Enjoy. I saw a stick bug here. It's like, wow, cool. People in Hamilton they don't see stick bugs. They don't even know they're here. And it's peaceful, it's relaxing, and in our information age as well, it's mobile, so you can bring a laptop in here. There's all sorts of other opportunities too. There's streams that have nice water. I like the water, I drink from the water. There's clay pits all around the side where artists can be. But my favorite thing is hanging baskets, chairs, and of various sort of streamers going across, kind of decorated. Cloth hangings and bead hangings. Beads are beautiful. Using hose. There's a lot of hose around, and you can bead hose, but you can also use hose as a rail or even to stand on. Put rope in a hose. And then we'll need to work out various tying arrangements. These trees, the pine trees, have beautiful knots there that you can sort of slack a rope around and it still holds on the knot. From an engineering standpoint, it's no problem. Even a knot like that would probably do it. That's a really hard knot. I can hardly get it. Put a rope in there. It just needs to kind of come out enough to handle the slack. That is just one of many, as you can see, beautiful tall pine trees with spectacular views and breezes. And we all know we want it. We all know that we love Ewok villages and Robin Hood, and we loved it when the vampires climbed up the trees and were sitting at the top swaying. And we know we love it. It's just we're too conservative to think that we're worried about safety, we're worried about harm, and these need to be revisited. Yes, they are worries, but they can also be engineered around. We can get up there without harming. We can get up there with being safe. It just there's probably, obviously there's always going to be some level of a safety issue, but as we learn more, it will be worth it. I don't care if somebody out there can't climb this tree. That shouldn't stop me from climbing the tree. It's just, it's a whole perception. It's the whole of our society here is not thinking that way and is discouraging that, and it just wears off on people, and it's really not fair. There are many people who are in shape who should treat tree climbing as a form of exercise or recreation of being up there. And it's kind of like mountain climbing, except you put like loops on the trees. If you want, you can sort of put a tube of net up them, a tube of net. So as you climb, you're in net. If you ever fall, you just catch on to the mesh. That kind of risk, I think, is worth a new lifestyle approach of being here with nature, being much less stressed, being very communal. I think that the people who start this would end up being quite communal. There's systems, possibilities of paths and education. So put our studies around trees and have, kind of like gurus or people that kind of sit at the trees and other people visit them to kind of talk about things. I skate here, so this natural depression fills up with water. And I skate there. It goes up one more hill and there's a path. It goes up another hill and then there's all these vines and pine trees that overlook a distant Hamilton. We'd see the city of Hamilton from the tops of them in tree houses. I'm inventor Dan Zen here in the woods. Wow. What a day.